and Company. We're open every day from 10:30 to 6. Leave a message, and I'll get back to you. Thanks.
Yeah, Sandy, this was just a shot in the dark. I left a message, and since you didn't answer it...
Hey, hi, Rich. Yeah, I kind of got up just a little late. Well, not really late, but my normal time, but it's a little late for you. So, but yeah, I saw your message. I just saw it. So, I don't know if I mean, I guess I could try to explain it. That's really sweet of you to ask me. My goodness.
Well, I was, you had some concern about it. As I said,
But you were so nice when you responded saying that it was, I don't know how you said that, but it just, was just sort of such a joyful expression. But I guess being so ecstatic and just sort of saying like, oh, I get to be me, I get to be me. It just, when I listened to it a second time, it sounded so I don't know, giddy, so over the top, as they say. It just was like, wait a minute.
Well, I think this world.
I need to explain that.
I think this world could use a lot more of that kind of giddy, and I honestly think people will get that. The Little Red Wagon one is up to like 24 views now. Part of that might be the shortness, cutting these down to less than 15.
That one is really cute. Now that one is adorable. Actually, I even love that one. Like really love it. It's like, yeah. Sometimes I have to back up and kind of really get objective, which is an interesting lesson in truth anyway. To really be. It does come back to, which is such the interesting thing about the truth, because I want to say I have to back up and be objective and not have like this me involved, where I think it's me, talking, which is really the opposite of what I was just saying on that other one, saying, oh, I get to be me, I get to be me, and I'm thinking, wait a minute, it's so interesting because one is freed of the old me sense, and one can see where that old me sense really causes us all the troubles. So for me to be shouting, I get to be me, I guess I'm thinking, if I don't explain that very well, I mean, I'm trying to explain it through all these talks, but if I don't do a very good job of explaining it, then it's like I'm saying, oh, the me, the old man, the ego, the one that stands in our way, I'm not talking about that. That is for sure. Like even when I listen to those, I have to be very objective and just hear them with very impersonal or unattached sense of just listening. And it's really neat because when I hear them just as an objective listener, I'm rather amused, like some of them are amusing and some of them are really interesting and some of them are, I do like anybody else would do, listening to them. And if there's one that sounds goofy, to be unattached to it is quite a joy. So, after I got all attached to that one thinking, oh, that sounds so kind of foolish, or hysterical, it's going, well, from the point of just love listening to that and just listening to that and not being attached to it like it's me, then me in the sense of Sandy, and I have to go back to that, the old Sandy who wants to be, the ego always wants to be seen in a certain way. It has an image about it, it's an image, and that's what it is. It's a false sense of identity. And that's why we want to understand what that is so we aren't burdened by it and troubled with it the rest of our lives, which is really where the problem lies, which is going back to us talking about the non-duality, which is what non-duality is trying to instruct about, trying to point out the false identity, the false sense. So, the whole thing is really interesting. You know, even for me to listen to them and to be doing these with you is, I can see me going back and forth from the old me sense getting like, uh-oh, maybe I said something stupid, and then the joy of the child just listening to them and going, so what? You know? What difference does it make in the whole scheme of the unbound infinite all that is the joy of the heart? And if one can express the joy of one's heart and the joy of what I have found, then that's what I'm doing, and let go of, as much as anybody else, let go of that attachment to the image, to what I think I'm supposed to look like or supposed to say, or, I mean, that's so fun to watch that and say, that's really neat, that whoever that is, you know, it's like I can listen to that from whoever that is. And when I do that, it's really, you're right, it's quite joyful. So it's good for me too to see all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think what you're really getting down to it, there's no problem with any of this.
Right.
And I'm gonna qualify that, unless I'm attached to it. But even that is a lesson in not attaching to it.
Exactly, which is always the case. The old man, the ego, it drags us through, so it causes so many troubles. I mean, it's the only thing that does cause troubles. It is the trouble. But what's so beautiful about that is it is such a wonderful teacher, because those things, those issues it causes us, those embarrassments or anger or whatever it is that old man of us causes, and it causes a lot, jealousy. It causes all these troubles, and those troubles are the things that get us to wake up, that get us to return to our real identity. And so there is a true me, there is a true identity, there is a true sense of being, which is profoundly whole and complete and alive and real. And when we discover that, yes, that's what I'm talking about when I get kind of this ecstatic joy about finding that, because it is an incredible treasure that does allow us to walk through this world with grace and peace and calm and understanding. So that's what we are all trying to find in this, is the true self. And it's always with us, and it's always right here, but it's kind of like this me sense, this old man, just this old identity, this image thing that becomes the adult and thinks it has to be a certain way and thinks others are looking at you and judging you and you judging others, I suppose. I've never been much of an other judger, but that does come into it, but more of a always thinking I'm being judged kind of thing is more for the old man of me got caught up in that a lot. And to overcome that, to have seen what that is and to walk through that, and then to see little glimmers of it come back when I'm, trying to listen to myself talk, and I just go, oh my, what are they going to think, and that is so beautiful, because just like you say, that is what teaches me it doesn't matter what they say. we're talking apples and oranges, really, as they say. It's like living in the lie. It doesn't matter what they say, and if you're not living it, if you are just living with the old identity, doesn't matter what they say about that either, because that's nothing. That's where the false images of everybody is sort of. It's like the lesser world, it's sort of like in the darkness, in the blindness. So why care about what's going on where the nothingness is, between nothing and no one, So anyway, you explained it better, but that was kind of what I wanted to sort of re-explain, that my ecstatic joy of love and life and loving life and sounding
in love.
In love, I guess. Yes, absolutely. Thank you. And being that love, for all the world to hear, that's okay. I'll just do it. Because there was a moment there where I just went, oh my goodness, I sound just wild. But and I'm not. It was like I wanted to think that I was trying to, speak the truth or give somebody some answers, and I'm just wondering if just going, oh, I found me is really giving an answer. But I think that's okay. I can't give anybody an answer. All we're doing is enjoying this little wagon ride. And I really want to do that. I really want to just jump in here with you and be free to say what is in my heart, the way it comes to me to say it, and for what it's worth, for whatever somebody might get something out of it, or nobody even listens to them. It doesn't really matter. The joy of the moment of living this and doing this is